Hey. Alright, bitch.
Oh.
Honestly?
Wait, I know you.
If it isn't
That, in my mind, is a reason to rip both of those heads off. Like, he doesn't know it, but we kill gods like it's a Tuesday game of golf. Yeah, so I'm literally on MSQ or quest number 2 right now, so. Right then, first things first. Still a bit queasy, no more boats for a while. She's coming off a little unreliable so far, but we're gonna reserve all judgment. Because right now, there's a lot of people that told me I'm not going to like the story, but until I actually give it a fair shot, we're not going to make any judgments. This land is so nice, 2024, and still muted cutscenes. I'm a little further. It is cute so far. That's good. I feel like it can't be that bad, you know? Like, I think sometimes people seem to speak in extremes, you know. They're like, this is the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. I'm like, no, you don't actually mean that. You mean you're not a big fan of it. But to go as far as to say like it's the worst thing, there's gonna have to be something crazy, like Thancred dies because he trips over like a tree root and like he like hits his head just right and he dies. It would have to be like some stuff like that. Anyway, pouring out for my boy Thancred. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? It depends how dark the story goes. Yeah. Can't get much worse than like the last couple games that I've played. Final Fantasy 16, Persona 3, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, and I just finished up the Dark Souls DLC. I feel like I needed I honestly, like, that's like the therapy starter pack. If you want like emotional damage, those are all incredibly sad games that are very dark and very unfair in some parts. So yes, there's nowhere to go but up, I hope. We were wondering who these strange folk were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers. Uklamat, are you unwell? Just need some Dramamine. Not at all, couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick, no sir. As for my handicapped entourage here, or I said handicapped? Handpicked, I'm sorry. I was thinking she's not feeling so well. Anyway, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. Not even the female Hrothgars have that hair. Oh really? Her hair? It's unique? They'll probably, maybe if like they release her outfit then. I finished 16, it was kind of like watching Game of Thrones a bit. Yeah. 16 really messed me up, Rav. Like, I was upset. Like, I was legitimately upset. I could rant about it forever because, like, I really thought, like, the first half of the game was some of the best Final Fantasy, and then, like, it was kind of like after, like, the first time skip, shit gets kind of rough very quick. And it's just, I think, I get what they were going for, but they were, like, it was just, like, an unnecessarily cruel world. And so it was like almost like irrationally cruel how some of the people were treated in that game. It's like, even with like society's dark history, it's hard to comprehend that in like a modern day like look. Yeah. A group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they are the company of the Third Promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just easy to approach. So she's adopted, right? So are her siblings actually Mamulja? They were giving it more realism. Yeah, and it hurt. There was like multiple times when I wanted to cry. And yeah, there were some days that I felt like kind of like I would be streaming it, and I just legitimately, like, I was kind of just like, I'm good for today. We'll pick it up tomorrow. I had to step away. That's not Final Fantasy. You're very kind. Good day to you. Third Promise. I did. I will not. Yeah. Well, I got pretty close towards the end. I think I actually got more shook up after I thought about it, gave it a gave it a good thought. Same thing with 7 Rebirth. I don't know what they're doing with Rebirth. Yeah, I knew it was going to be bad. We all know, but yeah. Wuk Lamat is technically royalty here, like it or not, a person of her station. Surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so as to attract less attention. Let me guess, me and the twins. Just technically ignoring me then. Have not played that. It's good. It's good. I mean, there's some takeaways, some new things, you know, from the original. It's essentially disc 2 of the original 7. But yeah, there are some things that they do change up a little bit. I'm just very curious where they're going with that, because 7's one of my favorite games of all time. It would be cool if, you know, if Nomura didn't drag his fucking balls across, you know, one of my favorite games. That'd be awesome. No, it's not him, actually. I know it's like there's other stuff. He's not the only one. But I blame Nomura a lot for a lot of the things that I don't like in Square Enix games. I'll take the twins. We'll get in touch. Okay. All right, that makes sense. We're probably gonna be rolling up with Wuk and Kryl a lot, since this is already kind of shaping up to be sort of their coming of age tale. Wuk wants to become the ruler of Toral, and Kryl wants to be known for more than just that chick who was kind of Heidelin's mouthpiece in the last expansion. So it's understandable. She didn't do a very good job. Like, you know how like Minfilia, when she was speaking, like, or when Heidelin was speaking through Minfilia, it was like crystal clear. Like, it's like, you know, you have like wired headphones. It's like it couldn't get any better. And Kryl was kind of like, when she was speaking, when Heidelin was speaking through Kryl, it was kind of like when you were younger and like you got like Dixie cups and you put some like string in between 2 of them. You kind of like talk to, you know, your friends. That's what Kryl was like. Anyway, enough shitting on Kryl. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. Okay, yeah. All right, can we get going? Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuk Lamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Jeez. Yeah, I still have that on PS1. 7 was awesome. 7 was one of the best, like close to maxing out, and I feel bad. Be cool if we did some voice acting. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yok Hui. Interesting. Strictly speaking, Tyrol is actually two separate continents, Yok Tyrol and the southern lands of the Mother, or the southern lands of the Mother, and Zak Tyrol, the northern lands of the Father, which lie beyond the bridge. Okay. Def more glam spots. Yeah, I need it so bad. Because what they did is, well, it's not all done, but there's already a lot of gear that has dual dyeing options now. And with the dual dyeing, on top of like the graphical updates, yeah, I really think I'm gonna need more. I only kind of hold on to stuff for tanks. I can only imagine if you want stuff for like all jobs. It's gonna be rough. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle and one threw the other to the ground. The impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiac. Ah, that's not even close to the same thing, Kryle. Shut the fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. Getting back to Zaktaral, those lands are also a part of the Tuliol nation, correct? That's right, isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents in a single nation. The many clans of Tyrol had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts, and we finally had peace. Nice. We need our own armoire for all our relics and weapons separate from our glamour dressers. Absolutely. Like, they just, look, I understand the complications and stuff, but my thing is, like, you can't pump this much gear into, like, the game and then just, like, not have us have the ability to get, like, a fraction of it stored. I will say one big quality of life improvement was the fact that they made it so anything you purchase, which I buy shit from the store, or I did buy shit from the store all the time. Anything that you wanted that you get from the store can be stored in the armoire, which is nice. But there's I think that's like a step forward, but like, I mean, they're going to keep putting more gear in. We're going to need more. Every expansion should come with like an extra 200 slots or something. I don't know. I don't know how stuff works. I'm just some guy. And the main reason I want to win the throne so I can preserve the peace he built. Would the brothers not? But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Yeah, pretty much. Crossing the bridge to Zaktaral requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any permits until the rite of succession is over. I promise to get you there, get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you just... Okay. Alright, whatever. I'll hold you to that, sure. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. It's getting kind of hot in here. I got all these lamps on me right now. Okay. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolo is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Alright, Bob Ross. Okay. We'll head west next, towards the Arc of Dawn. Alright. You have dirigibles too? Am I pronouncing that right? Oh, cool. This music just makes me want to like snap, you know? It's like big bandy, you know? You know what I'm saying? So really, I'm kind of surprised on the lack of voice acting so far in these cutscenes. So this is the Ark of Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as Yogg-Toroll's Landgate, but when Papa founded Tuliyollal, everyone began using its present name in honor of its great achievement. Awesome. Through this gate is Kozuma Uka, the wetlands south of the... Oh, could I go out there and start fighting some stuff? Start grinding some XP. No way. Is that an alpaca? Yeah. Fearsome four-legged fiends. I went to a petting zoo, and I had a little bit of a traumatic experience with an alpaca when I was younger. I'm not crazy about them either. They spit. Forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. I'm really liking the black on black on this old ass basic glamour piece. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyollal, then look no further. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations. But if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. Okay. You want me to do that thing where I do like the aiming and whatnot? Does it tell a story? These are no pictures. No, these are ghosts. Got it. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. Oh, then this must be. That was right. It follows the exploits of my father, Gulul Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyollal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. What's this? Uh-oh. My computer wants to shut down for updates. How about no? There you go. Sorry. There you go. Cool. Cool, I could study them. I love it. Oh, cool. This is interesting. So, Lay of the Brotherhood. Where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. I can never remember the name. Ket and Ram. Is that the one that they were talking about, that his ship didn't make it back? But no one knows what became of the explorer and this. Okay. Disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but assumed that he was lost at sea. So I wonder if he's going to actually be a bigger part of the story then. Lay of Reeds. There's a lot of laying around. Papa visited the village, blah, blah, blah. He brought some donuts. They were Krispy Kreme, and they were an assorted variety pack. Okay, so he spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu and the Sea of Clouds. It's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. Interesting. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. I like festivals. The 4 stones closest to us cover the first half of Papa's travels. Let's start with those. Okay, well, you didn't say that. See how she just disrespects me already? Literally unplayable. The lay of the repast. Figure depicted here is the Zabral, like me. They're at war. Okay. Okay, so take control of the forest Yak to El. I wonder how she came to be his adopted daughter. There's a clan of Hrothgar and Baja known as the Hellions. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. As it fucking should be. Am I right? Anyway. Here in Tyrol, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. You'll find out in the MSQ. Well, thank you very much. So insightful, saintly. Lay of Pots, which depict the moblins of Kazuma Uka. Welcome, Puto. Oh, that's not what we wanted. They might wear odd masks. So are these guys the goblins? I'm assuming they kind of look like they might be. Moblin goods are the standard. Blah blah blah. Sir, I'm Filipino culture. It's in Filipino culture, it's a dessert. There's a lot of things that some people consider desserts that I don't not necessarily want to be described as, though. And we're just gonna leave that there. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. See, now this is what I'm looking at. They're forcing you to get all up in this lore. So the Lay of Gold. And yes, that's a joke about eating ass. Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in Utah. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliolo's markets, and traveling peddlers are common sight no matter where you go in Tyrol. Cool. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculated. Okay. Who are they? Have we seen them? Okay. Lay of Ice. Lay of Ice, it depicts the battle with the legendary Tyrol Vidral Valigarmanda. Valigarmanda. Does this guy dual wield? Oh, maybe he's the one that like gets us set up with like being a viper. I should explain, a Tyrol Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Let's just call them Valley Girl Amanda. I fucking love it. Let's do it. Tataru described the Far Eastern auspices in similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Sure. Valley Girl Amanda itself was dubbed in the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tyrol every time it stirred from its slumber. Cool. But 80 years ago or so, 80 80 years or so ago, sorry, its ruinous reign was brought to an end after a great struggle. Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging withdrawal. Okay. Cool. And he went back to the Utah mountains. Are there mountains in Utah? I feel like yeah, but don't quote me on that. Here's the thing. Utah is either like really flat or really mountainous. Or maybe just a little hilly. Lay of proof. The big fellow is of the Yakui, largest of Toral's people. So I'm dying at the Valley Girl, Amanda. You're dying? Is the Valley Girl Amanda beating your ass right now? These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yogg-Toral. I'm eating at... Do you mean to say, instead of dying, you meant to say eating? You're eating at the Valley Girl, Amanda? Is it like a diner? Anyway, God, you fucking distracted me. Do you understand how short my attention span is? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The bridge they built, cool. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Utah. I've never even seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. So, yeah, I'm going to stop saying Utah. Yorkopaka is, I guess, what we're calling it. I'm probably pronouncing everything wrong. And that's okay, because after we're done streaming, I'm going to delete this recording so that there's never going to be a record of it, ever. So no one can ever make me feel bad. Anyway. No, I'll probably post this. Blank pillar. This one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar on the next chapter of Tuliolo's history, whatever that might be. Cool. I love it. Yes, I never want to look at this again. I'm sorry. I get it. It's your culture. But, please stop. This is actually, low-key, one of the best songs in the entire game. Change my mind. I'll wait for it. This song claps. It's usable in so many just like lighthearted like situations. It just works for like so many things. But anyway, yeah. I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now I think I'm ready to eat again. Okay, let's do it. Do you know if you're able to get her outfit? Or do you think Square's gonna hold back and kind of wait to put that in the shop, which seems like something they would do. And when they do it, it's probably going to be all one piece, undyeable. Alright. Voice acted. Cutscene. Let's go. There we go. So how many was that non-voice acted that it took to get here? I think it was like, it was some shit like 5 or 6. Does that sound correct?
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Yeah, you better pack those tacos. I hate myself.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye, and now keen to rebuild their broken reputation. The survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
Ooh.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
This may have already been discussed, but so they're talking about the City of Gold, which Emmett alluded to. There's also, are we going to get? We're not going to get to Mericidia, right? In this expansion, but is it still on the table? Because they've been talking about Mericidia. By the time we may actually end up getting to it, it's going to be like 10 years the game has been around. But that would be interesting to see. Is there even anything like lore-wise? Because I have the encyclopedia, and yes, I read encyclopedias by myself, usually alone, in my bed, and I pull the cover up, and I have a flashlight when I do it. It's I'm pretty sure Mericidia fell, right? There's nothing left of it. And I don't think we're ever going to get to visit it. Or will we? Is there any speculation there? Or am I just, like, not remembering it correctly?
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
I don't know what that means.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Me either. I'm hunt board farming. Hey. Alright, bitch.
Oh.
Honestly?
If it isn't
That, in my mind, is a reason to rip both of those heads off. Like, he doesn't know it, but we kill gods like it's a Tuesday game of golf. And there's no way this Cucklord Supreme is anywhere near that of, like, a primal.
Oh. No.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
So, do they have, like, two brains? Like, is this one sentient, like the one on the right? Oh,
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
interesting.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Or do they also have... I don't know. I know I started that, but we'll just leave it right there. We don't have to talk about this anymore. Saintly starts talking about dual wieners and buttholes. There's probably some art out there already that would answer it for you, you know.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
Bakul Jaja.
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Like, this fucking, like, sideshow attraction doesn't know the pile of shit that he just stepped in.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneeveling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the Elevated Chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to
This is why I
ours.
could never be I would never be the Warrior of Light, because do you know how many I wouldn't get out of Realm Reborn without killing somebody, like, for stepping on my tacos, you know? Like, it's just anytime anyone disrespected us, I'd be like, all right, flare, you know? Like, they'd just be done. And I feel like that's not very hero-ish to do that. Discord, what is going on?
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
If you don't stop, my girl Kryl is going to paint a picture for you. And
Listen to me, you.
it's going to be a caricature of you that makes you laugh. And you'll be sorry. Yeah. I don't know, it's kind of a interesting departure from where we just came off, like
I
the
knew of
height
them,
that we
but
left
that's
off
the
on
first I've seen in the
Endwalker,
flesh.
basically saving the entire universe to kind of dealing with this sort of like these jockish fucking schoolyard bullies now.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to
Like,
follow
I thought
my
like the
father's
logical
footsteps.
progression of
So
where
they
we would
travel to
go, because
distant lands to
in my
hone their
mind we would
battlecraft.
just keep going on to bigger and better things. We would be going to like different planets, you know? That seems like, oh, like we killed like the threat to the universe, and now we're gonna go to like this planet and fight their gods, and we just keep fighting gods until everyone's an atheist because there's no more gods. That's what I thought.
Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa,
Oh, so they're all Mamulja. Got it.
and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubiko and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Interesting, because there's that dungeon. I want to say it's the Wanderer's Palace hard mode, where we have to save the remaining tone berries. Is that correct? And the boss for that is a two-headed Mamulja. Yes. Okay. Cool. See, I know things.
Blessed siblings indeed.
It is. Oh yeah, Laura's my bitch. Except for like half the things that I've been having trouble
Forget them.
remembering.
Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Did you know the toneberries were once Lala? No way. For real?
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust.
Don't fuck with me.
We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest.
Links or it didn't happen.
As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls.
I read it on a
Perhaps
scholar
we can
lore
return
quest.
for more
See, I
tacos
haven't done
later?
anything with any of the quests outside of White Mage up to like level 70. So there's a good chance that you're correct then. Because I kind of stay in my tank bubble.
So it goes.
One day, I'll get around to doing it. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talonmark, if you prefer. Alright, yeah. So I'm very excited to see what's going on with Thancred and Urianger. I don't know, man. That's kind of sucky. Oh, cool. Cutscenes in sequence. I love that. Sure. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley and investigate. 'Twas like herding a pair of unruly corals. I love Alice. I think Alice is like she's like the textbook version, like the example of like a tsundere, right? And Alphino is, he's there. I understand all too well. Charlian had the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Also, one thing too, I think they retconned this. I think this wasn't originally a thing, but originally it wasn't that old Charlian, or Charlian that we got in Heavensward. That was supposed to be what was Charlian, not the but they kind of said that they left and they started somewhere else. But then we got the Endwalker. They said that old Charlian, or the actual real Charlian, was always there. Is that correct? Because I'm like racking my brain trying to remind myself of just like the little nuances and little lore tidbits as we're getting into it. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. So I'm guessing her dad is the two-headed guy, Mamulja, that the Warrior of Light was fighting in the trailer. Uh-oh. I don't know if I've asked you to, but Rav Saintly, I don't know if anyone else is in right now. But is that a Stinian? Oh, that's cool. This is fucking badass. Do you guys like the way your character looks now? After the graphical updates? Like, are you guys like impressed with it? Oh, actually, Rav, you Fantasia all the time, so you could just you'll probably just switch it up. Or did you switch it up at all to something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing? Actually, Saintly, you've done Fantasias too a couple times. I've kind of kept with the same. I always loved my character. Which are you still Bunny? Okay, cool. Saint, you're a bunny girl because you were you a bunny? You were bunny boy, then bunny girl, and then I think you switched maybe one more time. I've Fantasia just to change the color of my character's eyes, but nothing else because I'm that much of a Highlander purist. But yeah, are you guys pretty happy with the way things look? I'm still kind of getting used to my Highlander. I don't know. I think it's overall better. It's weird. It just takes a little bit of getting used to.
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man?
I meant to say in FC chat, I like healing, but wrote head. Yeah, you have to leave that free company now. Or see how it plays out.
Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunpurge to duel. Pressing duties or no, he
So
can't resist
yeah,
a
yeah.
good
So this is
fight.
definitely the guy that we saw in the trailer.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
Is Papa. Yeah. I truly do believe that legitimately, outside of the Warrior of Light, 90% of the strength of the Scions is just Estinian.
Spearman.
He's such a
I
fucking
will
boss.
receive my darling daughter.
Estinian actually looks really nice with the updates.
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
So, does she have two fathers? Because there's two heads. Is that one just like not with us? Sleeping maybe?
I see you, warrior.
But I'm a Dark Knight.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tyrrell.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
Oh, okay, so it's just sleeping. That's kind of convenient.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
LOL. Head. Oh, I see what you're doing. What's wrong with head?
Lamachi.
I mean, I've never had it, but you know, I've always wanted it. You know, one day maybe.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
This hippie water is fucking insane. Sure. I don't know what that is. It looks.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings,
Haven't had it.
Erenville now, don't servant.
I haven't had it today.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others, I assume are Lamati's recruited allies.
Lamatis.
Ha! All tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Her new name is Letty. Letty?
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Why don't you join us? Estinian's definitely my favorite Scion. And then, like, number 2 spot's kind of a toss-up. Oh, who the f... Stinky? Oh, you mean Stinny? Estinian? Yeah, Estinian's dope. The fuck is that? It's a fucking nerd. So I'm wondering when Thancred and Urian J are gonna make it. Mine is Raha and Y'shtola. So close second is Alice tied with Y'shtola. Honestly, everybody else is kind of forgettable to me. I know a lot of people like Graha, but I don't know. I just like... I never really was a huge fan of him, you know? I don't know. I don't hate him. I don't hate any of them. But he's just kind of, nah, you know?
The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona.
So he's also adopted. This is the one that's been... Okay, that makes sense. This is the one that was in Charlian.
The third promise, Wook Lamat.
Wook Lamat. So far, Wook hasn't really been that cringy. So, I mean, I'm literally like, what, 4 quests in?
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Chacha.
Wow.
You four
This guy's
will
cocky.
compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have 2 heads, nor be a Mamulcha at all.
Oh, he doesn't like that. He wants
So
favoritism.
I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
I'm excited for this this cyberpunk-esque area. That looks like it's going to be pretty fun.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral.
I have a feeling that the actual blood-related son is gonna actually low-key be a badass. I'm just like waiting for it.
Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Like,
now,
the fact that he didn't even, like,
waiting to hear.
Acknowledge that,
The
he's just
nature
like,
of the contest
whatever.
itself.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, this two-headed guy is actually the weakest of the four, sorry.
To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Toroil and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Gwona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact.
Maybe that cyberpunk-esque area is actually the City of Gold.
If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own four eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliobal. I traveled the lands of Toroil with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Cool.
Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you.
So, we get to go around and fight gym leaders for their badges?
Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bankunja as successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now.
I like how no one's like
I'll be
acknowledging
watching
that guy at all.
progress with great interest.
That's why I feel like they're kind of teeing it up like he might actually be a little formidable, but I feel like usually like guys like that like talk a lot of shit in the beginning, they're gonna get their fucking shit handed to them.
And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
More like Final Fantasy X and Yuna. What's more like Final Fantasy X and Yuna? Oh, are you talking about the gym leader comment? Yeah. I love 10. I need to go back and play it. But not 10-2. Because I have some fucking goddamn,
You
like,
are one
human
of
pride.
Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf.
So I wonder, does this have any relation to, you know how like Galuf was such a huge part of like the Eureka saga? Were they reaching out maybe for
Included with the correspondence
something like that?
was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry.
I don't really
were
remember too
enough
much
to
about
convince
Galuf.
my grandfather
I think I
to
kind
sail
of
halfway across
blacked
the
out
world.
most of
So there is surely some greater mystery
my experience
at
with
work
Eureka,
here.
just because it was a thing, to say the least.
On
It was
behalf
a thing
of
that
the
we did that I did
students,
not like.
I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request, would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
But after you
Once
lose,
the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it,
okay, so we have to
then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
Oh, oopsies. Oopsie.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Galuf. I always pronounced it Galuf. Galuf. I don't know what's real anymore, guys. It's like when I found out, like...
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose.
Titus wasn't
Are you
Titus,
sure you
know?
wish to be part of this?
I just felt like Titus felt so much more... Like, you know how, like, water's such a huge theme in that game? Tide, water, you know? But Titus... Okay.
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Do I look like I would actually be worried about that?
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it.
I actually don't remember what he was going to end up doing. So, right now, I don't know where Graha or Y'shtola are. I do know that it sounds like Thancred and Urianger are going to be teaming up with one of the other contestants. He's watching over the school. That's it? He's a substitute teacher while we're searching for El Dorado? That's kind of lame.
Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one.
Y'shtola is studying in the library like a nerd.
Another.
Yeah, you know what? You know how I said she was like my second, a contestant for my second? Alice, all the way. Hard stop. See ya. Bye, Y'shtola. I hate nerds. No, I'm actually a nerd myself, so I get along well with nerds, I feel like. I want to see where this journey leads. How's that? Oh god, don't do that. Don't do what? Don't say that, or don't do that mannerism.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then.
Can't see me like John Cena. Doesn't he do this? Right? I don't know too much about John Cena, but I know a lot about the memes.
As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Who are these guys? Oh, it's the bro?
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
Oh, see? I told you. He just comes off like he's going to be a boss. What are you going to do?
First promise. Our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry.
Dude, and then he like kicks him across like the fucking
ascend
city.
the
He's like,
throne,
bitch,
I
don't you
beg
see
of
me
you,
walking?
Grant my people new lands, please.
Saralja.
Uh-oh.
Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The Resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
I thought that was about to get like kind of like Game of Thronesy, and they were just gonna like take him out, but no, we're playing Final Fantasy. It's different. Everyone's like, there's no ruthless like bullshit in this game. There's like some stuff that happens sometimes, and you're like, that kind of sucks. Overall, we keep it pretty light. I think like the worst thing that happened in this game.
As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
I actually can't. I don't. Do any moments in 14 really come off like the most traumatic? I guess you could say like, you know, what was going on in Endwalker. You know, be right back. I'll be waiting. Anything that like pops up as like the most traumatic. I know that we did lose Orshafan. He kind of died in a sucky way. But I don't even think like, you know, like in the grand scheme of things, nothing like that was like straight up like ruthless, you know? People die in actual combat, you know, I get that.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
Wait, so they're saying that the two-headed can't actually give birth to others, which, by the way, I don't need to know how that whole thing is figured out. I don't really want to know, really. Probably something like eggs, right? But anyway, so he's not supposed to be able to, but that dude came out with both the features. That's kind of crazy.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman. A gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Oh, that's great.
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Alright.
Cryon, are you alright?
She's just a little constipated.
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's
Whoa,
ambitions.
hold up. So she gets echo visions before we do?
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Okay. So this guy's clearly a machinist. What now? What is this now?
Second promise. You must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them. Afraid of everything foreign
so
and
basically everyone has like their
you have our wholehearted support. With your
it's almost like a
ingenuity and
politician
knowledge,
and like
you're
what they're
sure to win the
campaigning on,
contest.
like what their campaign is based around.
Forgive me, but the rite of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petition
He's
if
about,
and
you know,
when
technological
I am named
advancements.
Dawntrail.
The other brother, he's about, hey, I just
If
want to
you will
fucking
excuse me.
conquer everything. I love war. And Wook is kind of more of the mindset, like,
as
hey,
always.
I'm going to,
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
she's like, I want to keep everything as it is, sounds like.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation.
Boom.
As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
So is he kind of like just a childhood friend to her? Like, that's it? Yeah, this guy's going down.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser Claver.
No sibs. Aaronville and Wuk-Lamat, they act like siblings? Because they kind of come off like they could be sort of sibling-ish. But like, it seemed like, yeah, there's like a little bit of something there. Oh, Aaron, yeah, childhood friends. Yeah, I was talking about Aaron. I understand the Makode machinist is the other adopted sibling. Damn, they really like this guy. Yo. He didn't even say anything. He just shook his head.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyolan. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
Look at these two guys that are shaking. They actually look exactly alike too, in like unison like that.
Well said, brother.
So are they two dudes or just one?
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Okay. So he's running on a campaign of slavery.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Why is everyone leaving? Wuk-Lamat hasn't come out. Are you kidding me? What is this fucking prejudice? Oh god, the Vanu are so
we
fucking
wish for
ugly.
one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuk-Lamat's most ardent supporters.
You love the Vanu? I just feel like they're goofy. I really didn't like the
It's hard to get away.
I don't know if you remember their quests. I think they were like one of the last ones that I actually watched the cutscenes all the way through. I gave up. I was like, going forward, Beast quests, I'm kind of just skipping around. I might like watch a few, but in general, the Beast quests, like, well, no, that's not true. The Namazu were actually kind of dope in like a comedy way. But yeah, that's kind of like the last time I remember being like really down.
This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Also, hasn't anyone said it's kind of unfair that she gets the Warrior of Light the actual irrefutable savior of the universe on her side. Does anyone like call that like, hey, seems a little unfair?
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Oh, fuck.
Compared to the two Mamulja,
I don't think they know she's wolf. Well, that's what I'm saying.
And
like,
then
this
there's
is
Kona,
like
who's far and away the most
slotted
educated of the
in
bunch.
her favor.
I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
Even though they're talking shit about her.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
But that's why we're here.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities
War and
that
innovation.
both lack.
I like it.
Strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
God, now I'm getting cold.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Where's the tag? Doesn't have a tag. Oof. Oh, that feels better. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between being hot and cold depending on when my air conditioning decides to kick on, so I'm probably gonna be doing this back and forth for a while. If you don't like it, you can kick rocks. You're getting what? I was getting a little cold. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliolo saga. Oh, shrinkage. How did you get that from I'm cold? I'm just talking about my upper half. Since I was wearing a tank, I'm literally above a vent right over here, and it's blowing right down on me. I guess technically shrinkage could happen. It could occur. I don't think it is though, Saintly. I don't think. This is actually a good squad though, because we have Alphano the nerd. We have Kryl, the architect. We have Alice, the muscle. And then we have us, you know, that person that sits there and does this a whole bunch. Like that. It's what everyone needs to you know, to kick off this this big long journey we're about to take. Oh good. Yeah, I'm drinking this new stuff called hippie water. It is a flavored water that has a certain amount of milligrams of THC in it, and it's going to be like my alcohol replacement because it's significantly less calories. And I'm not gonna lie, so far, just one of them, and I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like it's why I'm acting a little funny, to be perfectly honest. It's good though. It's a nice time. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. Got it. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path we walked in uniting Tural's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all I laid out in the Tuliolo saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season. The whole village was alive with good cheer. What is up, B-Webs? How's it going, man? There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Dude, let's just go after this first gym leader, clap their cheeks, give them money for a cab or for an Uber, and then leave. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently it ravaged Yogg-Toral 7 days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. Yeah, won't you miss B-Wabs? Why would I always miss B-Wabs. What are you talking about? Have you met Papa? Oh yeah, I've met Father. Poppy? Personally, I call him Daddy. If it's information we need... ... There she is. She's trying to take our fucking, like, all of our information, everything that we do. Oh, thank you for the resub. I'm not leaving. I don't know what Saintly's talking about. I think Saintly's butt drinking again. He's not making any sense. You're leaving for Tural with Papa. So, do you call Papa... Is that your new name for her? Because she says Papa like that? I'm ready to start clapping cheeks. Whatever. You guys can keep your $400 statues. And your special emotes, you know, because I just like things like that they get to like get people to like, you know, buy other things. I love balls in my mouth. I believe it. 3 drinks is $20 plus tax. Interesting. All right. New Symphonia. I was like, what the fuck is new? Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Awesome state. The thing with California really is like as a land, it's fucking gorgeous. It's an awesome place, right? But I was just gonna say the thing that, because I've been to California for work plenty of times, and I've gone on vacation and done stuff there, and yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Balls, thank you, B-Wabs. Yeah, like the homeless issue, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, remember that South Park episode that came out probably like 10 years ago, like about they're trying to get all the homeless people to leave South Park, and they're just sending them to California because it's very, very like homeless friendly. Where the police won't come unless the crime is more than 900 and up. Yeah, it's pretty fucked, man. Not gonna lie. Last time I went to California, I was in San Francisco, and walking out of my hotel to just go grab food. It was insane. There was, I almost lost, I basically lost my appetite walking on the street because there's just people taking shits in the gutters and stuff. I was like, holy shit. Oakland is gone. Oakland is GTA. Is that why they moved the football team? Downtown LA too. Are you still in LA, man? I'll go and track down the third promise once you're finished organizing the rear. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's wild, man. Greetings, visitors to Tuliolal, and welcome to the Forard Cabins. Whenever you are ready, I'll show you to your rooms. I'm ready right now. I love that clip. In and out left Oakland. All in and out? Gavin Newsom, close to kicking everyone. But we're still here. Yeah. I don't know. Certain areas, I have no problem with visiting California. Going to on vacations and stuff. But yeah, I would never want to live there. It's just from price alone. It's crazy out there. Like I said, you guys got the whole weather thing going. You've got a massive chunk of the coasts, which are beautiful. But yeah, it's a shame. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. What do you mean, at least? I'm honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I, too, am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these two for okay. These for the two of you, that's what you're saying. Oh, is this a little walkie-talkies? Link Pearl. Alright, so I have to talk to these guys about alright. Upon completing this quest, the main scenario will branch into 2 quest paths. Shit! Ugh, I hate choices. I don't do well with choices at all. Super salad, boxers or briefs, Aerith or Tifa. Obviously Tifa. Okay. Alright. Oh, this is the land of the llamas? Or alpacas? Cool. Urkopaka. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. £10 of quid. Yeah, I thought that's what, because I know quid and pounds are, yeah, currency, but 10 pounds of quid. Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay, now I get what you're getting at. That would be kind of cool. I wanted you to do the volume at the end. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't really think, you know what, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say something kind of mean about her, but yeah, she's just figuring it out, you know, like everyone else. Yeah. Also, she had like 5 different European accents in the same skit. So funny. Oh god. Nice. Alright, cool, man. Dude, we better fucking get one of these as a mount. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. You should see Shoddy Bay of vids. Dude, alpacas are cute, but they're some of the biggest assholes out there. OnlyFans. OnlyFans vids. That's what you're saying. Got it. Who's Shoddy Bay? I'm guessing it's just you want me to watch their OnlyFans. I don't know if I really need any of that in my life. The new Trisha Paytas. Oh, okay. Trista Pastas. I'm good. I said I saw some stuff that I wish I never saw, so I'm cool. I'm cool. If it's any of the same content, then I'm not even going to give anything. Trisha Paytas is one singular molecular vibe. I don't even know what that means. It sounds cool. Can I borrow that? Alpacas are native to Yogg-Toroil. Eorzea has its chocobos, and Eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast? Alright. But must we ride these little monsters? I don't blame her for not liking them. I had my fucking bad times with alpacas in real life. Like I said, they're fucking assholes. They look cute, though. Like, kind of like that ugly cute. Not like really cute, but like, oh, bless your heart cute, you know? When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me. Dude, same fucking thing. I didn't ask for it, like, by pulling. Alpacas are cool. No, they're not. No, they're not at all. Oh, wait. Was it an alpaca? No, it was a llama. Fuck. It was a llama. Okay, alpacas. I feel like I've been hating on them, but technically, yes, at the petting zoo when I was younger and it spit in my ice cream. Yeah, that was definitely a llama. Okay. Remove all disrespect to alpacas. All disrespect goes to llamas. Fuck llamas. That feels right. I'm not gonna regret that. Alpacas breed as mounts. Bred as mounts, sorry, are breed mounts. Yeah, it's all sexual talk to me. Are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. So is my information useful to you? Sure. What's the payment? I guess you should have expected as much from a Pulu merchant, blah, blah, blah. The Pelu, they value... Okay, so they're all about the coin. That's cool. Yeah. Here you go. A fair price for your fair advice. I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. Goofy motherfuckers. Better not get spit on again. They spit a lot too, man. Llamas, at least. Filled up my cup of ice cream. I didn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. I don't. Why would you? Only weirdos like Saintly would probably do that shit. I like Saintly's always mean to me, so I feel comfortable with like just full on just putting him on blast whenever he's in. Well, it's almost midnight my time. I'll probably be wrapping it up soon, maybe to see how long we how much we do with this. Oh shit, our first area. Let's go.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall.
There better be some
Even
cactuar
should
out here.
all other lands sink
Or
beneath
so
the
help
sea.
me God.
Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawntrail,
Where did you get Saintly is mean to
what
me
great
from
feat
alpacas
remains
and
for
llamas?
those who would claim the throne?
Well, I was talking about how when I was a wee child, a llama spit in my cup of ice cream at a petting zoo. And it was pretty traumatic. And I made
So
sure
this is Urkopacha.
let you guys know
I've never
I
actually
didn't
been
eat the
here
ice cream
before.
afterwards. And I said, only weirdos like Saintly would do that. And from there, I just spitters and quitters. Yeah. Are we really like doing the spitters and quitters thing when it's ice cream with llama spit in it? But I justified my putting you on blast based off of how you you talk to me sometimes. And that's how we got there. And that's my TED Talk.
The air is
I'm not
so
gonna read that.
crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, this kind of
One massive peak in
looks a
particular has
lot
quite the
like
presence.
the Dawn
It puts me
Throne
in mind
area.
of Som
A lot of resemblances.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
Who are you? Like, these guys are so weird looking. Like,
But I should introduce myself. I
so
am
weird.
Bornok,
I'm sorry.
a
Like, but
weaver
like
by trade.
the like they have like like you can pick the color of their fur, I'm pretty sure, right? But the hair color, like it's weird, right? Like, why wouldn't the hair match the fur? I don't know, whatever. Like, there's gonna be somebody who gets pissed off that I even mentioned that about Hrothgar, because I feel like there's like a small but very passionate, they're liberals. Maybe it's died. Dude, I saw, by the way, this person, okay, so this was at an outlet mall. This chick had like rainbow hair, but it was like legitimate, like it was like professionally done. It was insane. It looked like a legitimate, like almost like a wig, and she had like the same thing done with her eyebrows. It was crazy. Yeah. I think it is because they are supposed to match the colors of Lima, Peru. Could be. The bright colors.
Well met, Bornok. We're on our way to Watrunpelo.
truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
All right, let's go.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
This is actually kind of cool. A little South American flavor.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
That's why I fell in love. They mentioned mezcal, right? Yeah.
Ah, but listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me.
One of the
almost
monsters
forgot
looks
to say
like...
the
Oh,
thing I
agaves. That's
actually
cool.
wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
All right.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yeah, especially if you have Estinian in your
Yes.
group.
They do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
I feel like she's gonna fuck up. The fucking way he looked at her, he's like,
Watching
this
Pelos
fucking
down the
bitch.
path, off the main road. Don't get lost.
All right.
It's right there.
So we're back on the Aether Current grind, but the nice thing about clearing up the map, you get experience for it, so I'd be down for that. Without doing any dailies, so I'm going to be doing frontline dailies because I have mental problems. No, but I'm going to be doing side quests. We're going to be doing map exploration. We'll be good. All 4 tanks before we get to the last MSQ. We'll be done. I got 3 to level 100 at the same time. Yeah. Scholar, Summoner to level 100, and Paladin doing dailies. That's the smartest way to do it, Scholar, Summoner. Got Pictomancer to 85 the first day. Oh, really? Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then that I deal in cloaks woven from... Oh god, just trying to get you to buy something. I duped Wondrous Tales in the weekly challenge. Like, yeah, I probably should do that as well. That's probably a smarter thing to do than what I'm planning on doing. What did we just talk about? Is she gonna be kind of like a nincompoop the entire time we're here, like, or in the story? You were saying something about not being easily charmed. Yeah, she's gonna suck. You can tell. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Buklamat fall prey to this. Yeah. Yup. Is there like... There's a lot of best viewer bots, I feel like, coming through in the chat. A lot. Are they trying to say that I need to get my viewership numbers up? I can't help that I'm not interesting, guys. I've been trying to be for a long time. I read a lot of self-help books, and I've tried to not come off as gross and disgusting as usual, you know. Oh, cool. We got 54 for that too.